Has it really been an entire year since the Battle of Sword Valley? That was a rough time for us Holmes. Lots of people died. Sometimes I think I'm cursed. It's not right that I survived the battle when so many did not. Well, I was glad you came back. Fiora too, the smile on her face went from ear to ear. I remember. It was a shock seeing you carried in on a stretcher like that. I prefer it if you didn't bring that up. I wasn't exactly thrilled. I know how you feel. It wasn't a good day for me either. I was so jealous of you, it burned me up. Jealous? Why? Did you want to fight at the Battle of Sword Valley? I was in the defense force too. I wanted to fight alongside you. You were young then, Ryan. Too young to go to war. But I would not say that anymore. You've changed a lot in a year. You're stronger now. Mentally and physically. Watch your back, Dunban, because I'm gonna overtake you before you know it. When that day comes, I'll be waiting. But know this, it's going to be no walk in the park. Dunban, the hero of the Homs, has laid down the gauntlet. It's on! It's horrible to think of what the Metgon did to Colony 6. Yes, the devastation here was far worse than in Colony 9. There were two things we had that they didn't, Shulk and the Monado. Yes, not that their defense force was anything to sneeze at, but in the end, the Metgon just overwhelmed them. It makes me sad. So many lives lost, and Charlotte lost someone so close to her. Many lives were sacrificed, more than could ever be justified. Even now that I know the reasons behind the Metgon's actions, everyone here just wanted to protect the people they loved. They didn't deserve this. To protect those who we love, we often must sacrifice everything. It must have been really tough. The Colony 9 attack is so vivid in my mind. I can hear Shulk scream as the metal-faced Metgon attacked me. Shulk was a wreck after that. I'd never seen the boy so distraught. I imagine that's how the people of Colony 6 felt. I made up my mind after that. I decided I'd never endanger myself so thoughtlessly again. I should hope so too, Fiora. I won't forget his cries, and I don't wish to hear them again. I'll be more careful in the future. That's my promise to you, Dunban. I won't throw my life away. I'll hold you to that promise. We'd all miss you too much if you were gone. Me, Shulk, Ryan. I know. It was a silly thing to do. No matter how tough the battle is, how scary it gets, we all need to stick together. Yes, that's the only way. Okay, I think it's time we were getting back to the others. They might be getting worried. After what happened, I bet Shulk is afraid to let me out of his sight. Come on, Dunban, hurry it up. I promise you, Fiora, I'll never let you come to such harm again. This park is very pretty. There's a park in Colony 9, but it's nothing quite like this. Park bring back memories for Fiora? It does, actually. It brings back a lot of memories. Shulk, Ryan, and me used to play in the park in Colony 9. Riki loved memories. Park remind Riki of forest. Nature's wonderful, isn't it? When I'm surrounded by nature, I feel alive. Like nothing matters. Riki too. Grass whispering, trees talking. Whispering and talking, huh? I like the sounds of nature too. I bet you miss Magna Forest sometimes. Fiora, so clever. Fiora understands Riki's talking and feeling. I like the way you speak. When I hear you talk, I get a nice warm feeling inside. Maybe it's magic? Really? Riki not know why, but Nopon not usually magic. That's okay, Riki. Not every question needs an answer. All I mean is, I wouldn't change a thing about you. Not change Riki? That means Riki good. As long as you keep cheering everyone up, you certainly are. Leave it to Riki! Riki's job is to make friends feel best as ever! Come on, you big ball of fun. Let's see if you can make everyone laugh. Riki ready, Fiora? Okay, where is Mino Ryan? I make him into happy hum hum. Dunban, how's your arm holding up? You mean this old thing? The others told me what happened a year ago at Sword Valley. It must have been very painful. It hardly even bothers me now. I'm used to this left-handed sword style now. It must be tough though. Only a year ago you were fighting with the Monado, and this is your reward. You think losing the use of one of my arms is going to hold me back? You really can't use your right arm then? It's a real shame. I have no regrets. Without the Monado, we would never have repelled the Mechon. I did what anyone would have done. Here you go again. Showing off in that special Dunban way. I wouldn't be in any fit state to be showing off it, not for all of you. Wow, that's some honesty right there. Can't believe I've stripped away so many layers so quickly. Did I say too much? No, it was quite sweet actually. Can I ask you not to tell Ryan about this conversation? If he ever found out, I wouldn't hear the end of it. Don't worry, my lips are sealed. Come on. Where is it? You okay, Charla? Aha! Found it, my pocket watch. Still in one piece, more or less. It's a beautiful watch. The design is so elaborate. I've never seen one like it. So this is yours? Yes, it was my father's. He gave it to me before he died. It's nice. But why was it here? I think I dropped it here when we evacuated the colony. Othoron must have found it. I can tell he looked after it. Does it still work? No, from the looks of it, it stopped when I dropped it. I can fix it. If we could just get our hands on the ether battery, I could fix it. Really? That would be amazing, Shulk! I can fix anything, no problem. The people of Colony 9 were always coming to me to fix things. You're so kind, Shulk. You don't know how much this watch means to me. I'll never forget how happy I was when my father gave it to me. I can tell you cherish it. I hope I can make it work again. And if you need me to prepare anything else, just ask. I'll let you know, Shulk. Thank you so much. Those statues. Am I right in thinking they are of high Entia origin? They are indeed. These are the Sororo statues. They depict twin goddesses representing order and justice. A treacherous place to erect them. This place was once used for our coming-of-age ceremony. That seems fitting. Potential successors to the throne who came of age were left here. If they survived, they could return to the capital triumphant. I see. So only the best specimens continue the imperial line. Ruthless, but effective. That is what I was told, at least. It was probably all just a formality. Of course, finding out the Sartorial Guardian alone is no easy task. However, I have heard of a former ruler who did seek the task through. A half-Holmes like you? Very astute, Dunban. Not a pleasant fact, but still true. I find it ironic. Goddesses of order and justice looking down with biased gazes. Still, I can understand why the ceremony was necessary. It must have been the only way to secure the people's trust. The same reason you faced the tomb, right? Calm yourself, Melia. Whenever you feel afraid, know that we are here to protect you. I know, Dunban. You saved my life at the tomb. I will never forget the debt I owe you and the others. Ryan, look! Ryan, look! Big ether crystal! Whoa, that is big! Riki, one crystal, take home to village. What are you gonna do with it? Riki, sell it in village and pay off big debt to villagers. Oh yeah, I forgot about your debt. You'd probably make a fortune. Riki will be rich, rich, rich! Except you can't sell it like that. It's not worth anything raw. Why not? You gotta refine it. The thing about crystals is, you've gotta put them in an ether furnace. Turn them into gems, that's how you make yourself some money. But village not have any ether furriness. Only regular Nopon furriness. Oh yeah, that's right, no furnace. If village get ether furriness, good things happen to village? Good things will happen, alright. The whole place will be rich. You can make a new pollen works and all the villagers will be happy. A new pollen factory? Riki want to eat pollen cakes. Pollen cakes for Littlebon and Oka. Now that I think... Ain't ether furnaces really expensive? Better not tell him just in case. I heard it's Nopon custom to jump from here. To prove your love and devotion. From all the way up here? Wow, a bit high, isn't it? A bit. But you know someone who's leapt up from an even greater height. You mean... Shulk? I think I saw a smile there. Yeah, when the fortress exploded, he didn't hesitate for a second. He jumped to save his sweet Fiora. I only remember bits and pieces. I was so afraid, but when I woke up, there was Shulk by my side. I suddenly felt safe and warm. Sounds like you two get along very well indeed. What do you mean? I get along well with everyone. You, Ryan, my brother? I get it, playing it close to your chest. But I know what happened after you woke up. Ryan told me. You were all nervous, didn't know whether to hold hands or not. Ryan said that? Not just him. Dunban had plenty to say as well. Ryan and Dunban, they need to take a look in the mirror. I'm sure they have bigger things to worry about than my love life. It's natural, Fiora. We're all anxious for you and Shulk. Follow your heart. Just remember to be careful. First love can end in tears. Not you too, Charla. I've had enough of everyone sticking their nose in my business. We only want what's best for you. Don't look back on this time with regret. Go get your man, Fiora. Why do tranquil places like this bring back so many memories? Perhaps its quiet clears the head. So what's on your mind, Fiora? Let me guess. Shulk? Well, sort of, but not just him. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this. I'm very interested to know. Okay, I'll tell you. There's this wonderful park near my home. I do miss it. Once I made lunch for Shulk and me, and we had a picnic there. You don't say. Anything else you fancy boasting about? Your future, children, living happily ever after? I didn't mean to boast. It's just that day... I'm always remembering it. I don't know why. Did anything special happen? No, nothing in particular. It was a day like any other. The sun was shining, birds were singing, there was a slight breeze. Sounds like a lovely day. When we were little, we used to run around that park together. I was just fast enough that Shulk couldn't catch me. Shulk never left your side, even back then. I admit I'm jealous. I wasn't allowed such friends, nor any trips to nearby parks. But now you can do all of that. If you like, we can go together, just you and me. That's a nice idea. I'd love that. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you, Fiora. Despite it all, I'm glad we met. Me too, Melia. I hope we can stay friends for a long time to come. I won't be the coolest friend. I mean, looking like this. I don't care about that, Fiora. All that matters is you're my friend. I would have never guessed you were a princess, Melia. I'm sorry I hid it from you. I was waiting for the right time to tell you, but it never came. I should have figured it out from the way you dress. I dress differently to other girls? It's not a bad thing. Really? That is quite a relief. I don't really know what other girls wear, so I was worried. Clothes aren't really that important. I like you just the way you are. You could be a princess, a pauper, or even a crazy alien world. I'd still be your friend. I always will be. If you keep talking like that, you'll get back in my good books. But I do wonder what it would be like if I were not a princess. Nothing would change. I suppose not. I will most likely still have met all of you and traveled with you. But I don't know, Shulk. Sometimes I look at everyone and I get very jealous. You do? Why? Everyone is so at ease with each other. They get to be themselves. I was brought up as a member of the High Entia Imperial family. But you're not stuck in this stuffy palace anymore. You're free now. So go on, show it off. Do something really crazy. It'll be our secret. You mean right now in front of you? No, I'm too embarrassed. I can't. Please don't make me, Shulk. You don't have to. It's fine. But give it some thought. I shall take your advice into consideration. Maybe one day you will see me do something crazy. What's the matter, Charlotte? Why are you standing here? The stars, they're beautiful, aren't they? Knowing that they're the same stars I see back home. It makes me feel at peace. Yes, I feel it too. Elliot, you know anything about fortune telling? Of course I do. It's about telling the future based on one's star sign. That's right. I thought only Holmes knew about fortune telling. I know nothing of its origins, but practitioners have existed for countless generations. Amazing to think that people of old looked up at the same sky as us. Quite amazing, yes. So, do you believe in fortune telling? Yes, I do. Is it unbecoming of me to dabble in such things? No, not at all, Amelia. All girls love this stuff. Don't you worry yourself. Oh, thank goodness. I always wondered, you know. Tell me, Amelia, what's your star sign? The Rhapsodist. What about you, Charla? My star sign is the Perfumer. You and me have great compatibility, Amelia. I guessed as much. Wow, Amelia, you're even better at reading people than me. Riki, got a second? I wanted to ask you something. Riki, what are you doing? Riki, love hot water. All Nippon love hot spring. Oh, right, gotcha. The water actually looks kinda chilly, though. Not too hot, not too cold. My mistake. I thought it just looked cold. Riki, look across snowy hills and enjoy hot water. It's perfect, Shulk. I don't really see the appeal, but if you like it, that's cool. Shulk jump in water too. You want me to join you in there? Otherwise, Shulk never know how good hot spring is. I guess you're right. Do not worry, Shulk. Shulk will like water same as Riki. Ah! The geyser's blowing him away. Time for me to make a run for it. Sorry, Riki. I hate the cold. How come? I just do, you know. The snow doesn't help, and I've never even seen snow before. Me neither. It looks so white. Nothing like this ever happens back at the colony. I don't get it. What's up with balls of ice just falling from the sky? Stupid idea, if you ask me. I'm with you. It's strange. Do you think the people back home would want to see this? I bet they'd be amazed. Yes, I mean, we come from a place that's warm all year round. Land covered in ice is like this crazy dream world. Yeah, and I think the little ones would love to play in the snow. No doubt. I reckon we could pile up some and take it back to the colony. That sounds like a great idea. Everyone would be so excited. The adults are busy rebuilding their homes, right? So the kids could play with all the snow while they work. Yeah, that's brilliant, Ryan. You have some pretty good ideas once in a while. You could have left out the once in a while parts. We should try and figure out the best way to transport it. It'll melt if we carry it back by ourselves. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I'll get Shulk. He'll know what to do. Wait a minute. This is your plan. You come up with something. Give me a break, Fiora. You should know me and Shulk work as a team. You never change. Either of you, I imagine. Riki and friends camped here once. Riki talked to Dunban for ages. Riki catch fish for Dunban, and Dunban say yum yum. Is that so? I expect you to stay up rather late, chatting away under the moonlight. Millie, right? But Millie shut eyes very early, so Millie not eat any grilled fish. What is grilled fish, Riki? Millie not know? Grilled fish so yum yum that Dunban's eyes pop out. Most intriguing. Millie must eat. Millie not forget taste later. You've definitely piqued my interest. If you recommend it that highly, I will have to give it a try. Yay, Millie be very happy. Riki find yum yum fish for Millie to eat. Why thank you, Riki, but we have places to go. We should leave your culinary delights until another time. Boarding! Riki catching it now. Grilled fish tastier than tasty. But how will you catch it? Leave it to Riki. Riki splish splash in water and get fish really quick. I doubt you will catch a fish as easily as that. Millie wrong. Splish splash not easy. But Riki has bestest flip flap wings in all the village. Splish splash flip flap? Are you sure about this, Riki? What if something happens? We're the only ones here. Riki will set ground on fire too. Millie can sit and wait for Riki's special grilled fish. I can see you won't be persuaded. I suppose I have no choice but to wait for your return, Riki. Millie will love fish. Riki return very soon. He seems a tad too excited, but I hope he's going to cook up a storm. Perhaps I will regret saying that. Shulk? Can I ask you a favor? Just a little one. Absolutely. If you think it's something I can help with, I mean. Yes, it has to be you. That sounds important. What do you need me to do? Never mind, it's fine. Are you sure, Fiora? I don't mind what it is, just ask if you need to. Sure you won't mind? Something's really bothering you. You never used to hide stuff from me back at the colony. I know I didn't, but that was a long time ago, Shulk. If I tell you, I know you'll get angry. Maybe, maybe not. But you'll have to ask to find out. So, what's it to be? Okay, here I go. Just don't get mad, please. We talked about this before, but if my body doesn't last... Fiora, stop right there. You said you wouldn't worry. That's why I told you not to get mad. I know this isn't the first time the subject's come up. But how do you know I'll ever be like I was before all this? I don't care about any of that. None of it matters as long as I get to be with you. You'll always be my Fiora. What about everyone else? You're fine with it, but other homes. I know what they'll think of me. I don't want them to tar you with the same brush. Then we'll move to somewhere where they can't look at you. Ryan and Dunban will follow us. I know they would. Shulk, thank you. Hearing you say that makes me happy inside. But I can't drag everyone away from their own lives. Maybe not, but I'll be there with you either way. Really? You leave everyone else for me? You're not just saying that to make me feel better? Nope. I promise I'll never leave you. So you have to promise me that you'll never forget it. Sorry, Ryan. I know it's a bit late to be striking up a conversation. It's okay, no worries. Something you want to talk about? It's difficult to ask, but what's your opinion of Fiora and Shulk as a couple? What? I'm being quite serious. Come on, man, where did this come from? I figured I'd be the last person to ask. The three of you have been inseparable since forever. Who else would I ask? Okay, when you put it like that. I wouldn't say they're a couple, but they mean a lot to each other. That seems like a reasonable assessment. Yep, but lately I've been thinking. If you're that close to someone, sometimes you miss the obvious. I see you share my view. So we're on the same page for once. We should not need to see this as a cause for celebration. I am and will always be your ally. You and I share the same goal. So, what are you going to do about them two then? Absolutely nothing. Why ask me then? I figured you were thinking it was time to step in. I want to know your opinion. Doesn't mean we should act on it. You sure? If they're not going to do anything about it themselves, knowing whether to intervene or not is something you must learn. Trust me when I say they are fine. Just continue looking out for them. Alright, I get it. No point arguing, I suppose. I'll leave it to you, Dunban. Thank you, Ryan. After talking to you, I feel more certain about how to handle them. And that means a lot. Ryan, look. What a sight. It's a sight, alright. What's wrong, Ryan? It's not like you to look so serious. Hey, I can be serious if I want to. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. What's on your mind? It's the first time I came here. Before I came here with Shulk, I'd never seen this place. Was there something special about that day? You've never told me about it. You can say that. It was the day we set out from Colony 9. Well, it might not even have been the exact day. I don't remember. Oh, I see. Was that just after I was taken? I messed up pretty badly that day. Why would you say that? Man, now you're the one who's not acting like yourself. I suppose. But if I hadn't tried to be a hero, you could have stayed in Colony 9. No one thinks that, Fiora. Don't beat yourself up about it. But Ryan, I don't regret leaving the colony behind. And I'm not blaming you for all this stuff that's happened. That makes me feel better. Thanks, Ryan. Even if you hadn't gotten kidnapped that day, we still would have left. Feels like we were destined for something. You think the Monado would have led you on this journey anyway? Yeah, something like that. Or maybe you would have just kept beating us until we did it. Much as I hate to admit it, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I can't imagine just sitting there with the colony in ruins. I'd have wanted to go out and get revenge on the Mechon. I knew it. So don't worry, okay? Soon this will be over, and we can all go back to the colony for good. That sounds great. I've been to this place before. Only once, however. Really? When was that? I remember it well. When Fiora and I were much younger, we came here together. All the way from Colony 9? That's no small distance. I was so very afraid as we made our way through Teffer Cave. I can barely even remember that way now. At the time I was so busy making sure Fiora was okay. Did something bad happen? I mean, if you don't mind telling me, that is. It was about 12 years ago, I believe. Colony 9 was attacked by the Mechon. This is where we fled to. Oh, I see. Sounds horrible. I was only little at the time as well, but I remember that day. Mechon formed a barrier around our house. I feared the worst. That's when you made a run for it? Yes. But on our way to the shelter, Fiora let go of my hand. She started running back to get something she'd forgotten. Was it important to her? So you braved the onslaught and went all the way back? Yes, that we did. It was a keepsake that reminded her of our mother. Losing it would have devastated her. But why didn't you send Fiora to the shelter first? You could have gone and got it on your own. There was no time, and what? She burst into tears. She said she didn't want me to leave her on our own. So with Fiora crying on my back, we braved it all for that keepsake. Wow, that's quite a story. Sounds like you were as much a hero then as you are today. Think so? Well, thank you, Charla. So, you remember that day? You know, the day we set out on this whole adventure. Yeah, how could I forget? It's unforgettable, alright. All that stuff happened all at once. No one could have predicted it. It makes me wonder, though. What if I'd already figured out the Monado before then? Could have been very different. I know what happened. So many people have gone through so much pain. I wish I could have prevented it all. I know how you feel, but what's with all the negativity? I can't help it. Think of all the people we lost. Too many, if you ask me. You're not wrong. We lost Aegil just as we were coming to an understanding. But don't you get the feeling it was always going to be that way? He seemed satisfied at the end. Like he'd done everything he could. He gave his all for us. And he gave us hope. Of course he did. And to think, he had an end for us all. Then he went and saved us. That shocked me almost as much as you. But that's why we can't give up. So Aegil's sacrifice won't be in vain. We're gonna win this one, Shulk. For Aegil. And we won't forget the others who've given their lives. We'll make them proud. A new future in their name. That's our promise to them. And that no one will ever have to suffer through this again. I'm right with you, Shulk.